Congratulations. How satisfying is that as a victory?
Yeah, really satisfying. I mean, 5-day test cricket is pretty tough work. But yeah, I'm just really proud of the group and the way that everyone just, I guess, fought and hung in there for 4.5 days of cricket. I think we kind of really learned on our feet exactly what it's like, and yeah, just a great finish. And I'm glad that obviously we're at the winning end of the result.
You did it pretty tough yourself. Can you talk to us a little bit about your finger injuries and how difficult that was?
Well, I was feeling like I was copping a bit of grief in the media and on the field when I walked out at 8, and I was getting this sense that no one really knew what was going on. This is what I've been dealing with for the last 7 days leading into the test match. So yeah, I let Mel Jones slip that bit of information this morning so that people could fully understand what was going on. But yeah, look, it is what it is. It's, I guess, exactly what happens as a wicketkeeper. You get knocks on the fingers, and unfortunately for me it was one on each hand, so it made it incredibly difficult, in particular batting, being able to grip the ball after keeping after keeping for 110 overs. So yeah, it is what it is. We'll just reassess it during the week and make sure I'm ready to go in Birmingham.
And just a few words on Ash, if you could. She was pretty immense for you. Tell us how you saw her game.
I think she saw what Sophie Ecclestone was doing at one end and thought, I'm going to get you and do it one better. So, yeah, I'm really proud of Ash. She's come a really long way as a cricketer over the last couple of seasons and really grown into an amazing all-rounder in world cricket and really adaptable to any condition and any format. And I think she showed that out there in particular today. Obviously had Ecclestone who was taking the ball away from us a lot as right-handers, but to have someone like Ash who was bowling into the right-handers all day into the English side and to take 12 wickets for the match is super impressive. So yeah, really proud of her, and I'm also really proud of the bowling unit as a whole. I think they did it tough in that first innings, but they reaped the rewards in that second innings, just nailing the stumps and nailing their simple plans, which is awesome.
Scott?
Alyssa, should every test match now be 5 days, especially? I know the one for South Africa is scheduled, but especially the Ashes test at home in 18 months?
I'm almost positive that Heather sat in this seat before me and said yes. So, I think it is what it is. We've also had results in a 4-day test match before, so I'm not going to sit here and say 5 days is the way forward, but I will say that, you know, if there is a threat of rain, having that reserve day is not such a bad thing. I mean, we saw it in the Test Championship final for the men. They had a reserve 6th day for the test match. So if 4-day test cricket is the way forward, then having that reserve day is not such a bad thing. But, I mean, we saw today that the result didn't need to be manipulated. It was always going to finish one way or the other, and I think that's really exciting. And if we keep talking about wanting a result, then potentially it might be the way moving forward.
And can you talk to me about your fingers? I know you probably don't want to, but like, did you have painkillers? Did you have anything before you went out to bat yesterday? And how did you actually go gripping it?
Yeah, it was a little bit uncomfortable in the morning. I had to hit in the nets early just to see what I could do after keeping for a while and keeping a lot up to the stumps. We were taking a lot of balls on the up. So, yeah, a few painkillers in the system, and we went as low as what we possibly could, knowing that if we needed more, we could do that. But I guess the more pain you take away, you're not quite sure where your fingers are, and I think that could have potentially created a few more dangerous situations for them to get into. So, a little bit of pain out there, but all for a good cause.
And did you enter the match with knowing both were fractured? And does that mean, like, if you entered a test match knowing both were fractured, that you can confidently enter into 6 white ball matches knowing they're fractured?
Yep.
Expand.
Cool. James?
Well played, Lisa. Just give us an idea about what it was like when you went out there in the second innings and you did that very, very good spell from Filer. Ecclestone was bowling really well. You know, we all thought it was fantastic Test cricket,
yep.
And you're going in there on a pair. I mean, can you give us an idea about how you felt there at that point?
I think I was more than just a pair. I think I was on 3. Yeah, I got reminded of that quite a bit walking out there, and also copping a gobful coming in at 8. So probably switched me on a little bit more than what I normally am, but. Oh, look, there was a few nerves there. At the end of the day, I said to myself after the first innings, if I make a duck and we make 460 odd, I'm a pretty happy skipper. More often than not, it's not about me. It's about the team and what the team are doing. And to watch someone like Belzy at 8 get an opportunity to make 130 odd puts a smile on my face more than me walking out there doing that. So, yeah, look, it was a precarious position that I came out in, but like I said, we just find a way to fight and scrap and stay in the contest. We've shown it in white ball cricket for a long period of time, and to do it in this test match, I'm really proud of the group. And King and I were able to get a little partnership going and ultimately got 50-odd runs on the board, more than what we potentially were going to get. So, yeah, chuffed with that effort.
Yeah, and I mean, you must have realised how important that was at that point, getting those runs, building you up to to enough runs that you could defend. I mean, I suppose you must have thought that was really quite important.
Yeah, it was at the time. I mean, to come back after tea and lose as many wickets as what we did, probably not ideal. I think if we could have pushed to get another 40 or 50, we would have felt really on top of the game. But I mean, in hindsight, having 20 overs at them last night, or 19 overs, whatever it was actually really crucial. And to grab the momentum, I've quickly figured out that Test match cricket is about grabbing momentum when it's available, and to do that and take 4 wickets last night leading into today, I think we almost take that. Everything happens for a reason, in a sense, and to get out the way we did was disappointing, but then to flip it on its head and go, we've got an opportunity to take wickets and do just that, gave us the momentum heading into today.
We'll go over here.
Hey, Alyssa.
Hey.
How did you find captaincy over the last 5 days? Obviously, so little opportunities to play long-form cricket anyway. It must have been quite a challenge.
It's funny you say that. I actually saw a tweet that in Pez's 16th year of international cricket, she's played half as many test matches as Cameron Green, and then there's me, who's played less, captaining the side. So it's a pretty remarkable stat when Cameron Green isn't captaining his country. So yeah, look, it's a tough ask, but I mean, Heather's doing the same thing. She hasn't played a lot of test match cricket either, and is having to lead the side, and thought she did a fantastic job, mind you. But yeah, look, it was good fun. I really enjoyed it. Tough work at times, having to concentrate behind the stumps, but I'm really got a really great group of senior players around me. Tali McGrath as vice captain as well, throwing some ideas at me. But I thought Elise Perry in particular, her leadership throughout this test match was incredible, and helped me out quite a bit, just chatting through plans or ideas. And from that regard, I'm really lucky to have that group around me.
Thanks.
Hi, Alyssa. Can you just talk us through the stumping today?
Don't ask me, I've got no idea.
Well, it looked like at least a few of your teammates were surprised when obviously the third umpire review came up and showed that it was out. So yeah, what's your verdict?
Well, it was an interesting one because when I took the bails, I knew that her bat had I knew initially she hadn't quite made it, and then she slid it again, and I wasn't sure if I was quick enough to take them off for that moment. So we all thought it was a non-event, and we'd just have a look. And I was more disappointed because it was Ash's 5th wicket and she wasn't going to get another opportunity. So I guess when it came up on the big screen that it was pretty close and out, it was a nice relief for me. I mean, I've been trying to stay low all game because the balls have been rolling between my legs, and then all of a sudden you get one that bites. It's never fun, but I got the job done eventually.
We just had Heather in here who said that maybe England's downfall was just in a couple of key sessions. They didn't quite have it. Would you say maybe the opposite was true for you guys, that in those big moments you really delivered?
I think so. I think what we did really well was when we had the momentum, we really enforced it, and when we didn't have it, we fought really, really hard to get it back. And I think we saw that with a little bit of a rear guard with the batting yesterday, and then when we got 4 wickets last night. I think that's exactly how the game seems to work. If you don't have the momentum, you got to fight to get it back. And I think as a playing group, we've proved over time that we're really quite good at doing that, especially in the white ball game, especially in T20 cricket. It's really hard to grab the momentum back, but we seem to find a way to do it. And I think we sort of just relied on our skills and relied on one another and our calmness out there to be able to do that, and to get, like I said, to get 4 wickets last night and set ourselves up in a really good position coming into today, knowing the job wasn't done, but also knowing that we were well on the way to make it really hard for them, I think was really important.
LJ, and then we'll finish down here.
I just wanted to check on how Lana King is, and if she would have been right to bowl today, and what actually happened to her yesterday.
Yeah, Kingy was right to bowl today. I had to apologise to her up in the change room for not getting a bowl, because she was about to come on to bowl and then we got a wicket, so T-Mac kept going. So a bit unfortunate, but no, she's good to go. I think she just copped a bit of that knock on the elbow. Filer got one to seam off the wicket, so she'll be fine. It's obviously her left arm, but she was good to go, so hopefully she'll be right for the white ball.
No,
Sorry, Lisa, just one more. On Ash, like obviously she's had a lot of great moments in her career. Like she won a Belinda Clark award a couple of years ago and whatnot, WBBL last summer. But is this sort of the moment you think where like she just takes off and becomes, she's already an elite player, but like becomes, you know, full potential consistently for the rest of her career? Like, is this the day that gives her the confidence to do that?
I hope so. I mean, you look at the side we've currently got, and I think it's something that, you know, we've spoken about and looked at for a while, that there's a big group of us that are over 30 now, sort of 32, 33, and I'm not retiring anyone in the room, and I'm not retiring myself either. But if you look at our squad, there's a large group of us there, and then there's a group in that middle period that sort of just found their feet in the international game. And I think Ash is one of those key personnel that has still got another 10 years plus in the game, and is confident enough in her ability and her skills to be able to go out there and compete time after time. And she's going to be a real leader in this group for a long period of time. So I hope that today gives her that confidence. I'm sure it will, but I'm sure it showed everybody that just the type of player that she is, and hopefully she believes that herself.
Alyssa, this is the first non-drawn women's test since Canterbury 2015, which you guys also won.
No one had to duck under a bouncer for this one, so we're good.
Is there an element of being relieved that it's not a draw?
Yeah, because I'm sick of talking about a draw and how we stop having draws when, you know, there's draws in men's tests all the time, especially in 5-day games. There's still draws. So somewhat relief. I mean, even to an extent, if we had lost a test match, I still would have been happy that we got a result and know that we could fight back in the white ball to hopefully get ourselves back in the contest. But yeah, look, I am pleased, and there's obviously got to be one winner and one loser, and I'm sure they're disappointed in their change room. But if it was flipped on its head, I'm sure we'd be disappointed, but at the same time kind of excited that there is a result and we can continue to talk about how we get results in women's test cricket.
Thanks.